This message isn't for everyone, but it's definitely for you, Cancer. So today we are asking the question, what you're not willing to admit. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started, Cancer. Just saying Cancer to reiterate that this reading is for Cancer. So what is it that you're not willing to admit, Cancer? Let's see. What is Cancer not willing to admit? Okay, we have the Chariot in reverse. That's your card. The Two of Cups reversed. The Eight of Pentacles reversed. And the Empress with the Five of Cups reversed at the bottom of the deck. Let me also pull some astrology cards to see what possible signs you may be dealing with at this time. What other signs is Cancer dealing with? Okay, so you could be dealing with an Aries, a Capricorn, or a Gemini, possibly a Scorpio. So Aries, Capricorn, Gemini, and Scorpio is at the bottom of the deck. So these are the three signs you might be dealing with at this time. So let me just take a look at the cards and see what is going on with you, Cancer, what you're not willing to admit. It feels like you have chemistry with someone, like maybe an emotional gravitation towards someone, but it's not going anywhere with the Chariot reverse. Like, feels like this connection doesn't have direction, and that's what you're not willing to admit, that this connection, yes, there's some sort of emotional connection there. There seems to be like almost this soulmate pull towards this person. Like, this feels like this person could possibly or has the potential to be like your other half. But again, this feels like there's just nothing there's nothing happening. Like, nobody's making a move, nobody's directing the connection, nobody's stepping up to the plate. It just feels like for some reason there's like a pause, but I feel like this pause is intentional by the universe. I'm surprised the Wheel of Fortune isn't out here on the table, but it feels like there's like a pause here with this connection. Like, it can't move forward right now, and it feels like this has to do with work or a creative project that one or both of you are focused on. It could be that one or both of you are more focused on work, more focused on creating something. This could be like stability, just something tangible, something in like the 3D world you're working on. And it feels like even though there's like this energy of potential with this person, and it feels like it's on pause, and again, it feels like for most of you, you're distracted with work or creating a creative project or something. Even though like this connection, it feels like it's kind of in the back of your minds, or one of your minds maybe. I'm not sure whose energy this is. It could be both of you, could be just one of you that's just kind of like, yeah, you feel, you sense this connection, but you have other things you're focused on. So it could be that this person is focused on other things, or both of you, or just you. But it just feels like this relationship isn't going anywhere right now. For some of you, it feels like this relationship isn't ever gonna go anywhere. It just, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I'm not really sure what's going on, but there's definitely pause in this relationship. It's definitely feeling a little stagnant because one or both of you is focused on your work or creative endeavors. And also with the Five of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, this could be like, aside from the work focus and distraction, it could be that one of you is kind of still recovering from past emotional failures, aka past relationships that have failed and caused pain, grief, maybe depleted your energy emotionally, mentally. And there's the Six of Pentacles behind the Five of Cups reverse, and the Six of Pentacles is also reversed. So it could be that one or both of you is just used to people just taking from you, and you're kind of like over it. So that's why this connection that is on the table is just in the back of your mind, because maybe there's still some fear here, some emotional residue from the past that is also blocking or hindering this relationship from moving forward. I feel like someone here is still like kind of looking at the loss. I mean, the loss is over and they're coming out of this loss, but it's still like lingering, like the effects of what happened in the past is still lingering. And it also could be that whoever you were with or this person was with before may have also depleted the coffers. Like you may have had to pay like some kind of financial something. Could be divorce, okay? There's like something you had to give that kind of depleted the financial coffers. Like you lost some money when you lost this person, this past person, or this past person may have walked away from you, which however the whatever the story is. But one of you had to pay this person, and it kind of put you in a financial a financial, it's not like an intense financial hardship, but there was definitely some financial loss here. And one or both of you is focusing on work because of this financial loss that you took. I think this financial loss causes a lot of, because we have the Nine of Swords right after the Six of Pentacles reversed. It feels like this financial loss is kind of anxiety inducing. Like it's just really all you or this person can think about. It's like heavy loss. So you or this person could be working on rebuilding, and we do have the Knight of Cups directly behind the Nine of Swords. So it feels like you or this person is focusing on work, focusing on the past and the loss. I mean, it's kind of hard to ignore the past when you're still recovering, or you have to physically rebuild because of the loss that you took from a past connection. So that's understandable. There is also the Knight of Cups behind the Nine of Swords. So it feels like the emotion, the attraction is there. It feels like a more like emotional attraction, something like there's something emotional about this connection, like this dynamic. It feels like this is why it's giving me like soulmate vibes, because it's not just like Wands energy. There's some sort of emotional element to this attraction, like an emotional depth. But I don't feel like your person, or it could be you, is equipped to engage emotionally at this moment because they're so focused on rebuilding and also trying to recover emotionally and financially from the past. I mean, I honestly think this person, it feels like more so the other person, but whatever, however the story goes for you, it also feels like this person does and is like interested, it would like to move forward, but I feel like whatever happened in the past to this person has really kind of made an imprint on them. They may be used to people just taking from them, especially with the Six of Pentacles here, and they're kind of not really wanting to give much of themselves, much of what they have. They're not really open to sharing right now. And I mean, can't be really upset at that because that's just, unfortunately, that's how life goes sometimes. So I think it's going to take some time for this person to kind of recover. They're not exactly there yet, but they are interested, but it's like interested with, it's kind of, is this conditional or like interested with rules or restrictions? Like, I don't think this person would mind entertaining the relationship, but it would take them some time to trust you, would take some time to trust themselves and trust the situation, because I think this person is just kind of in that position where they don't trust others, they don't trust relationships, they don't really trust themselves because perhaps they have given themselves to someone before and it just ended horribly, where this person that they trusted, that they shared their life with at that time, took more than what they gave. It almost feels like, too, that this person was used for whatever they gave or had to offer this person. It could be financial. It looks like finances, emotional abuse, that type of thing. So it's going to take some time for this person to really open up, but right now it feels like they're focused on rebuilding their financial stability, and there could be also something they're creating, like aside from probably a 9 to 5, they're also working on creating something on their own. I also apologize, my dog is sleeping in the back if you hear her. So what you're not willing to admit, it feels like you're not willing to, maybe some of you need to just give this situation some space, because I don't feel like this is the right time for this connection, specifically for the other person or whoever has suffered a loss in the past. It just feels like, I don't know, when I look at the Chariot reverse and the Two of Cups reverse, it just feels like pause, stagnation. Like, I don't even see any, like I don't want to say it's dead. It just, right now, it's just basically on ice. And I don't think you're willing to admit that. I think you know it deep down. But it feels like there is like this emotional attachment to this person, but this person may not be reciprocating what you're feeling, even though they feel it. Like, they're not validating what you're feeling. It could also be, for some of you, not everyone, that this person has a baby on the way, and so their attention is going towards that as well. They have to kind of stabilize to welcome this new life into the world. But it doesn't feel like they're welcoming this baby with someone like they're really like deeply connected with. It also feels like it could be like they're just focused on providing support to a child that is already here, like from a past relationship, like I was saying earlier. Like they may have someone from the past which could have resulted in a divorce where they had to kind of pay heavily for this divorce and pay like maybe spousal support or child support, and that's like the main focus here. So they don't really have like the emotional capacity to entertain like a, a real relationship, unfortunately. Honestly, I don't even think this person has the emotional or the mental capacity or the physical capacity to even entertain like a situationship, like even like a friendship. This person feels like they're just really focused on stability. Some of them who are welcoming a child or have child support that they need to pay. So this is just like their focus right now is on financial stability, financial growth, their work, creating something, and they're just not in the headspace for any type of relationship, which could be a plus for some of you that have hopes for the future. So let me just take a look at the future. Like maybe in the future there will be, let's see, where is there a future in this connection? Like maybe the wheel will turn, and I don't know if anything will change between the two in the future. Okay, so we have High Priestess reverse, the King of Wands reverse, and Justice with the Ten of Swords. God damn, at the bottom of the deck. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I feel like the future is much of the same. I feel like there might be a reveal of, emotions, but that's about it, because with the King of Wands reverse, it feels like maybe perhaps at some point this person, yes, they may say, well, yes, I'm interested in you. They may not like give you the full like, oh yes, I feel this deep attraction to you and I'm in love with you too. So it may not be like that dramatic or that deep, but they may at some point open up to a physical relationship. But I know it feels like a soul level type of connection, maybe for you, maybe for them. But with the Justice card here, it kind of almost feels like, for whatever reason, this may be on the karmic side. Like, that's not to say it's negative, but it just doesn't feel like this relationship is here, or this connection is here for the long term. It's here for maybe some kind of physical release, maybe even emotional release, maybe just I don't really want to say like a situationship, but it's, even though there is some sort of emotional connection here, it doesn't feel like it's deep enough to solidify the relationship or ground the relationship in the real world. Because with the Ten of Swords reversed, I feel like there may be communication issues between you and this person. Maybe someone isn't that great at communicating, or this person has a very blunt way of communicating, and it could tend to hurt your feelings, or vice versa. It just feels like for you, Cancer, this relationship, what you're not willing to admit that, yes, there may be some kind of emotional connection, emotional attraction here, What I think you're not willing to admit is that that it's not long term based. Like, that this relationship can only go so far, and that's not very far. And it's nothing to do with you, obviously, but it's just the timing, the energy this person is in, the circumstances. I don't know that this person, in the time that you are in each other's orbit, will be able to open up to the capacity that maybe you're looking for to establish a real relationship. I feel like there may be like a one off, like a one night where you guys might get together, but I don't feel like it's going to establish roots. Is we have the Two of Pentacles behind the Ten of Swords, and this makes me think that obviously this person will be juggling you, not necessarily with anyone else, but with their responsibilities, juggling their responsibilities, their work life, if they have children or have a child on the way, that situation. So there's not a lot of room for a new relationship to grow. There's not a lot of space for that here with this person. And then we have also the Knight of Pentacles right after the Two of Pentacles, which, mind you, the Two of Pentacles is reversed, but I feel like this person probably can't or doesn't have the capacity to juggle a new relationship, build a new relationship, keep connection with the old relationship, with their children, work. Like, it's like too much going on for this person at this time. It's like too much on their plate and they can't do it. So if for some of you, if they do want to cultivate a relationship with you, it would be very, very slow. And it could also be very, very painful, because I don't think this person has the capacity or the patience to communicate in a loving, gentle way with this Ten of Swords. The communication may be very direct, very sharp, very cut, clear, in a way painful. And I don't know that you want to continue to put yourself through this, because it feels like a very slow progression. If the relationship were to flourish, it would be very, very slow. And with the Three of Pentacles in reverse right behind the Knight of Pentacles, I don't think this person is going to have much room to like negotiate feelings or how things should go, because if this relationship progresses, it has to progress on their terms. So there isn't a lot of room for your input. If that's something you're into, more power to you, but it looks like in the end it's going to be more painful for you than anything. Like, I don't really get the vibe that you're going to gain anything positive from this relationship. It's more so you will gain a lesson. I mean, if you're into getting a lesson through every fucking relationship where you're hurting and having to lick your wounds, by all means, go for it. By all means, go for it. Go for it. That's your choice. That's your decision in life. That's your power. And just think that is your power that you would be giving away to this person. I think, unfortunately for this person, the damage has been done. Yes, people can change, but let's be honest, how often is that? How often does that happen? This person has to really want to change and really want to work on opening themselves up, really healing the past. But it feels like this person has that emotional residue still kind of pulling their puppet strings in an emotional way. They don't trust themselves. They don't trust the situation, and blah, 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 blah. In the past, they may have been deeply in love with this person from the past. And look how that turned out. You understand what I'm saying here? So there's also the Eight of Cups directly behind. There's the Four of Swords reversed, and then the Eight of Cups directly after that. So It just feels like you may have like small moments of here of like, oh, this might go somewhere, but I feel like always at the end there's just going to be you in recovery mode with the 3 of Swords directly after the 8 of Cups. Like you're just going to be recovering because either you will eventually walk away from this connection or they will. No matter who's walking away, the thing that is for sure is that you will be licking your wounds, Cancer. But like I said, if that's something you're into, go forward. Go for it. You're the creator, you're the author of your own life. That is your power. It's well within your power to choose your own path. I'm gonna go ahead and get some like messages from the Oracle Flame. It's like a twin flame oracle. So we'll just get some messages from this person to you, Cancer. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, we have telepathic. One of us is sad or angry, and it's creating an energetic match in frequency with the other. Stay conscious of this, and if possible, try to help us elevate. So yeah, this person, like, there's definitely some emotional residue from the past that they're not really working through. I mean, they've probably worked through it to some extent to be functional, but the residue is still there. This past relationship still makes them upset. So let me get a few more messages from Cancer's person. Okay, I feel our energy merging together as if it has a life of its own. We are becoming one again. It's the number 2, but I feel like, yeah, on an energetic, emotional level, they feel it. There's no denying that, but are they really willing to put in the work? Because, like I said, this person has a lot on their plate, but you know, maybe for some of you it'll work out. But that's up to you to determine what your intuition is telling you, what you're feeling guided to do. My purpose here isn't to tell you what to do, but to tell you what I see in the cards. But your intuition, that's your job. Okay, we have surrender brings us together faster than resistance. So again, this person is kind of resisting. This person probably has, like I said, I'm not going to say it again, but you know, you understand. One more card, one more. Karmic ties. I'm struggling with codependency. I'm afraid to let go of my old coping mechanisms. The number 2 again. So yeah, this person definitely has some work to do. If you feel led to sit by and go through the motions with that person, that's totally up to you, Cancer. Anyway, oh, and then we have another card at the bottom of this deck. It says growth. I'm going through physical, emotional ascension symptoms. I need space to rest, but from a higher perspective, I'm releasing old energy. So again, this person is going through something. Whether or not you want to hang around for it, that's up to you. Anyway, Cancer, that's your reading. I'm sorry it wasn't fantastical, loving romance from the books. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to hear more.